When I think about the hardest year of my life, I don't think about the mistakes I made or the things I lost, I think about my brother, Jason. Because without him, I'm not sure I would have found the strength to keep going. My name is Emily Carter, and I grew up in a small town in Oregon. Jason is 2 years older than me, and we've always been close. Even when life got messy, he was the one person I could always count on. Everything changed the year Mom got sick. It started with fatigue and small things she brushed off. But when she fainted one afternoon while making lunch, we knew something was wrong. The doctors diagnosed her with an autoimmune disease that required constant treatment. Dad worked long hours at a construction site, and suddenly, the weight of keeping our home together fell on me. At first, I thought I could handle it, school, part-time work, and taking care of Mom, but soon, exhaustion set in. Jason was in college 2 hours away, chasing his dream of becoming a mechanical engineer. I didn't want to burden him, so I kept everything to myself. One night, I sat at the kitchen table surrounded by bills. Mom was asleep, and the quiet of the house made the loneliness feel heavier. I remember crying softly, not wanting to wake her. That's when I heard the familiar creak of the front door. Jason's voice echoed down the hallway. I looked up, and there he was, standing with his duffel bag, still wearing his campus jacket. "What are you doing here?" I asked, wiping my tears quickly. He didn't answer right away. He just walked over, put a hand on my shoulder, and said, "You need help." "So I'm here." I broke down again, and this time, I didn't try to hide it. He stayed for the weekend at first, helping me organize Mom's medication, cleaning, even cooking. But when he realized how overwhelmed I was, he made a decision that would change everything. "I'm taking a semester off," he said one morning. "What, Jason, you can't. You've worked so hard to get where you are," I protested. He just smiled. "College will still be there. You need me now." And he meant it. He picked up a job at the local hardware store, worked full-time, and still managed to help around the house. Together, we created a system, schedules for Mom's treatments, grocery lists, and even small moments of joy. We'd watch movies late at night when Mom was asleep, or he'd make pancakes on Sundays, flipping them too high just to make me laugh. The house started to feel warm again, like it used to before everything fell apart. Months passed, and slowly, Mom began improving. The medication was working, and she regained her strength little by little. I could finally breathe again. One afternoon, Jason and I sat on the porch steps, watching the sunset. "You know," I said, "you gave up a lot for us." He shrugged. "Family's not something you give up for. It's something you stand up for." That line stuck with me. When Mom got better, she insisted Jason return to college. "You've done enough, sweetheart," she told him, hugging him tight. He did go back, and he worked twice as hard to make up for lost time. And I learned that love isn't about big gestures or perfect plans. It's about being there when someone needs you most. A year later, Jason graduated with honors. Mom and I drove up for his ceremony, cheering so loudly he could hear us from the crowd. Afterward, he hugged us both and said, "I couldn't have done it without you two." Now, years later, when I face something difficult, I remember that time, the long nights, the laughter in the middle of chaos, the strength we found together. Because sometimes, family isn't about who's the strongest. It's about who stays when things get hard. And my brother stayed.